All right, thank you so much, Chasotu. I believe that the authorities have heard you, and the authorities will do their work with regard to the attack. Well, let us let you know that we have a lady in the studio here with us talking about the Executive Officer, News, Media and Digital Communication, New Nigeria People's Party, Queen Duruibe. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, I think that before we go to the main topic of I would like you to respond to what allegedly happened in Ohozara, today, because we're looking at, violence, insecurity, and the elections.
It's quite unfortunate because we're hoping for a free and fair elections come this 2023 that we're in. So I think Nigerians should work together, avoid violence, so we could have a very free and fair elections that we will be proud of after elections.
All right, of course, but because you're aware that the Commissioner for Information came up and denied it. He says that there's no, there's no evidence to validate whatever allegations that is being made. And the other man came up to say, look, the other time that Abga convoy was attacked, I think it was even in the news at that time.
One thing with the news, the social media is informations are not verified. And to be honest, if there is no proof, if there is no evidence, it's not verifiable. It's not valid. It's just a mere rumor that is not verifiable.
All right. So let's look at this issue of the campaign of calumny, people not really sticking to issues, because before now one would have expected that with the kind of enlightenment and agitation by CSOs, NGOs, candidates and their parties will stick to issues. Now, when you look at the campaigns that have gone on so far, do you see that playing out?
So far, some parties are finding it difficult to stick to issue-based campaign. But when you come to our party, my principal would say stick to issues-based campaign. Tell Nigerians what I am able to do for them, what I have done in Kano. When you look at his legacies in Kano, they are awesome. You will not finish talking about his legacies to leave it to talk about things that are not issue-based, So I think other parties should emulate that and tread on the path of issue-based and leave all those unnecessary tantrums.
All right, but let's look at the different issues that people are not quite happy with. It would appear that instead of campaigning based on issues, people are still leaning on ethno-religious sentiments. What do you have to say about that?
Even INEC says that any candidate that treads on religion have already lost the election before it started, So I think people should leave religion, tribalism behind and focus on who is competent, who would deliver, who would give us a new Nigeria. That's what we need. Not tribalism, not who would say is my turn, or who would say a lot of things that are not relevant. We should look at people that are competent, someone that has the capacity, someone that have done it before. When you talk about Senator Kwankwaso, he has done it in the north. He has done it in Kano. So we should be looking at someone that already done it, not someone that is promising us that he's going to do it. That's the difference.
I know that you're trying to say your candidate, but if you look at the frontline candidates, of which is one of them, you know that they are men of proven ability, if I may put it that way. Like you have a former vice president of Nigeria who handled the privatization process in the country. You have Bola Tinubu, two-time governor of Lagos State, and a big player on the political terrain. And of course, you have Peter Obi, considered as a very diligent governor when he was there in Anambra State, and who has been playing the role of a statesman, and of course, with a passion for the country. So,
let's be honest with ourselves, right? The four front runners that are coming up for presidency this 2023, none compares to Senator Kwankwaso. This is a man that have done it in Kano. Like when you look about his legacies in Kano, he has done every single thing any presidential candidate is promising you, is saying they are going to do. He has already done it in Kano. All he's asking for is to give him a larger scale, a larger capacity to be able to do more, to replicate the things he has done in Kano. So when you say all the others, among the three, he is the best. He is the only one that has a PhD.
Everybody believes.
No.
Every one of them believes.
No, when you have things that is in your hand that you can actually see clearly.
Including the lady candidate too.
No, when you say, let's be honest with ourselves, you can't compare. He is actually the best. Because he has a PhD in water engineering. When you take a ride to Kano, you will understand that he is actually the best. The things he has done in Kano, if given a chance to do it for Nigeria, we'll have a new Nigeria for sure.
All right. Every candidate is well qualified, and all of them have testimonies as to their ability to govern the country at the national level. Thank you so much, Queen Duruibe, one of the executives of the Campaign Council, the Executive Officer, New Media and Digital Communications, New Nigeria Political Party, Nnpp.
Yeah.
And she's in strong defense of her candidate, but then every candidate has a track record. Thank you so much for coming on the program. We'll take a break now. And when we return, we will be taking you to various states of the country where our correspondents are monitoring the collection of the PVCs.